Community. It's now been 1 year since Madalina Cojocari was last seen. We have video here showing those moments she got off the bus in Cornelius, which was the last time she was seen.
Yeah, she hasn't been seen since. We know authorities say her mom and stepdad didn't report her missing for weeks after that video showing her getting off the school bus. Police eventually arrested both for failing to report, and her mom remains behind bars tonight. Since then, Cornelius police have released several photos and videos of Madalina. They're really hoping to bring her home, but so far nothing. WCNC Charlotte's Jesse Pierre is joining us live from Cornelius tonight with how the community is honoring the
disappearance. But 1 year later, she has still not been found. Cornelius police are encouraging people to continue to share Madalina's photos and call in tips.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. So today we're doing a reading on missing Madalina Cojocari. Okay. I'm just going to go to my community post because that was what I knew about it. If I remember rightly, she was 11. So Madalina Cojocari, I believe around 10 or 11 years old, missing since November 2022. She went missing from North Carolina in the USA. I believe her mum is originally from Moldova. That's all I know. So I was going to say something about Eastern European. So that might have come because I'd already read that a long time ago. Just because of the name, I felt it rang Eastern European, and obviously there we've got Moldova. I've seen a picture of the mother and the stepfather, so I know there's a stepfather. I don't know why I feel a bit sad about this case. It was Dulce. If you've not seen Dulce's read, that gave me OCD to make sure. I tend to want to make sure I deliver the right message. Although I always feel my readings are clear. So this is going to be a preliminary reading. I'm going to channel with the cards, but I don't think it's going to be channeling of Madalina as energy, whether alive or not. And then we'll see how we go. I feel a bit sad about this case because I don't think it's gonna, I don't think the police have anything to go on. Like, I don't even think they've got anything in the background brewing. But I feel like a lot of people are going to be pointing fingers at the stepdad. And I've seen both of their pictures, the mom and the stepdad. And anything after this read that I might put up, include in this read, I'll mention if I've found it at the end of this read. She was last seen on a bus. So the bus, I presume from school, on November 22, I said. So let's see what date. I just don't want to put her name and get more information. Madalina Cojocari. Okay, so Cojocari. Okay. Mum of missing North Carolina girl Madalina Cojocari is arrested. So I wonder if this is because of let me click on it because then I can just understand. Madalina has been missing since November 2023, 13. So I think they mean now, when her school crew were worried that she didn't show up to class. I'm sure I saw something about her stepping off a bus. Madalina, look, I'm just reading it like this so that I don't get information, was last seen getting off her school bus in North Carolina called Cornelius, November 2022. But she didn't, and then ... if I want to click on it. So they might have been arrested because they were under suspect at that time. Madalina Cojocari search continues. Her mum is released from jail after pleading guilty to a single count of failure to report. Again, I'm not clicking on it. This is back in May. All right, so her mum was in jail. I wonder if her stepdad went to jail as well. I wonder if they were... I don't want to click on them because I'm frightened it gives me more information, but I don't think it's a case really out there. It might be in the US, but it's not one that's coming on my feed. And I feel like people are going to be, and psychics probably, drawn to the stepdad. I've looked at his picture and do you know what? They're both off. Like, this was toxic. I feel like she got with the stepdad because she was going to get something. She wasn't in it because she loved him. I feel like it's a weird dynamic. He does look older than her, but not to the point where he's grooming, no. But he does look older than her, but I don't feel like he groomed or forced her into it. I feel like she also had a background that was a bit difficult. So if I think of her background, I don't know how long she's been in the US, but if I think of her background, what I get is like Eastern European, that probably there was some kind of maybe harsh background, maybe a little bit of difficulty with finances. I think so if she had Madalina and then I don't know why, I think they've been together quite some time, but I don't, like, obviously it has to be less than, I would say, less than 10 years. So, well, she needs to get pregnant and stuff. Well, this is complicated. If it's a stepdad, it's not his baby, right? So what on earth was going on? Like, she had a baby and then she got with him right away. She got into this relationship and obviously then they got married. They probably got married really fast because there's no time frame between her giving birth. I don't think there's much of a time frame. And I think Chris has something. It's either money or Moldova. So maybe she just came to the US for a visit or something, or could it be one of those bride things where you go online and the whole point is you can meet anyone from anywhere and a male bride? I don't think they have it for those. I know I've heard of it like in Thailand and stuff. Something is there, right? It's kind of like a ticket to the US, a ticket to having a better life, all right? Just getting out of whatever crap she felt she was in. And so I think she also, you know, when I think of some Eastern European countries, they still have like the old-fashioned way where the the bread maker, I don't know why I'm saying bread maker, the homemaker. The father's word is the last word. It doesn't mean that it was abusive, but his is the last word. And I think there might have been kind of like very simplistic kind of home, housing. I won't be surprised if it was like a bit of a robust, rigid housing. She might have come from a bit of an abusive or argumentative house. I'd be interested, so if I'd be interested to see how old she is and how old she had Madalina, but like she looks like she's in her, when I looked at the picture, I don't know how recent that picture is, but she looks like she could be anywhere between 35 and 40, because there was like two pictures, one where she looks a bit young, and then there's one where she looks like she's kind of nearing to 40. So, you know, because right now we look a lot younger, don't we? So let's say 40 minus 11. She wasn't young, was she? If it's 30s minus 11, she could have been around 20, what, 25? It's a bit young, but it's not really, really young, right? But there's something there, right? There's something there. As much as I think a lot of people are going to be pointing fingers to the stepdad, and okay, I feel like everyone's pointing finger at the other and no one's letting off what they know. I feel they both know exactly. I feel like it was toxic. As much as I think people are going to be pointing at the stepfather, like he's a predator, like this and that, and he might be. I think the mother is just as much as involved, and maybe she started to want to get out. Like she'd got her foot stable, whether it was like she got something in her name, or if it was that she came to the US and she got a visa maybe. But I think they were together for like a bit. I don't think this is like a 2-year period. I think this is a bit more. I'd say about, I don't think it's a 10-year period, because I think Madalina would have been a bit older than like a newborn or a 1 year. So what is that dynamic with the father as well? That's a bit strange. Like, did she just have a one night stand? I don't know why I'm getting all this. Okay, so I've just asked how long they've been together, but this is not very helpful. The Knight of Pentacles. Trust me not to get a number. Okay. I'm just going to say, I think they were together like 5 years, maybe up until 8 years. Something like that, all right? It could be like 8 years, 9 years if they were dating at first or something. But let me say that she got into this relationship or this marriage. It was a fast marriage. If so, she got into this for a reason of an escapism, a bit of a selfish reason. It wasn't because of love. I don't think it was because of love, in the absolute truth. For him, I presume it was for love. It was for marriage. We're going to look at the cards. But yeah, I just want to put it out there. They both know, because if you know my readings like Elijah Boo, I've mentioned the Gran, I've mentioned in Madeline Soto, and it's the people in the background that know, that are just not in the spotlight, that really irritates me, because justice is going to deal with those that are in the spotlight. It's those that are in the background that kind of know something or are getting away with it. And this is one of those cases that I fear she's going to get away with some stuff. And I'm not saying he's not guilty. They both know. I think he was, Let's get into the cards. First, I want to pull from these decks. Now, if you know these decks, I also feel Madalina was quite shy. I think she would have liked to be like quite on the move. And so there could be a case of like, if she wanted out, did she send Madalina to someone, if she's got relatives in the US or abroad, then she doesn't have to hide it, does she? Did she say she wanted out and a whole big kickoff happened and Madalina got hurt? Because like, if she wanted out, she doesn't have to, like, it's the easiest thing. Like when the person's at work, grab your suitcase, grab your passports, prepare everything, book your flight and get out, you know, get to the airport and that's it, you're done. Who's going to ask? So there's something there, isn't there? There's something there beyond. It's like, doesn't make sense to, that she'd put her in hiding, or because she wants out. I do think she wants out. I think she also started getting a bit weird. Maybe she started rejecting him or staying away in a different room and she just couldn't stand it. Because at the beginning, it's kind of like, I need to pretend I'm, you know, I kind of getting feelings for this person, but maybe there's no attraction there. This is the mother towards Chris, and then let's see. These cards, by the way, because they cover all kind of crime scenarios, I need to just make sure that I feel comfortable with what comes through. Now, I know that a lot of people will take any card and match it to any energy. If I feel that is so, I will do that. So I'm not going to necessarily get, if I get bank and I get robber, I'm not going to say, okay, yeah, that's because there was a bank robber living next door to them. I'm not going to BS unless I feel it connects, all right? So let's just start with this. I don't know if these two. So it's been November. She was last seen. I don't know what they said. Last seen the school bus. So I don't know what they said if they had her. Look at all these. I can't take all that. Let's just put those back because there's a bunch of them. The first two that fell out, three, quite a lot. Morning, zoo, naked, woods and forest, shallow water, deception and lies, and deep. Okay, so this part is concerning, maybe there's a zoo in the area. I don't know, Cornelius, North Carolina, do they have a zoo? Something might have happened around the morning time. So November, I think this is going to be around towards the end of November. Let's just see if I can get a date without scrolling. Last seen on the 21st of November, when surveillance footage captured her getting off a school bus at her home. Did I read that part? It's one of the bullet points. So 21st of November, yeah, that's like the third week, isn't it? We're looking at Scorpio, Sag. And that would make sense here because that's telling me the elements. Scorpio is sort of the element of water, and then we've got Sag would be sort of the element of fire, or like woods, desert area. And I think I saw desert here, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. But there's definitely deception and lies, and there's something about the morning. There's something about the morning here. So I'm just gonna shuffle these again. Again, this could be like an argument happened in the morning. This could be like there's something about lies of the morning. I feel like she was last seen on the 21st, but I want to get into the tarot because I'm reluctant to say in terms of her energy. She's innocent, obviously. Crime. Okay, so definitely was a crime. There's blackmail in this. And there would have been warning signs. So I wonder if there was warning signs towards like the way she was acting, Madalina, or signs in terms of school was picking up on stuff, like maybe she didn't turn up to school and that's why maybe then, you know, obviously if she was last seen on the bus, what happened after that? Was there any warning signs prior to that or reporting of her? And I wonder if there was already signs of a bit of a toxic environment in general, like that this would happen, whether it's someone losing their temper or someone going a bit further than they would have. I feel like there's alcohol in this relationship. And I feel like I said it was very toxic. As much as, you know, when you think of, I just feel like a lot of people are going to think it's poor mum. She was passive. She was very much controlled by this person. And maybe this is what people are going to say or family are going to say, or what's going to start to come out when this case, if it starts to unravel. He was horrible, he was older, and she was frightened, all that kind of stuff. But like I said, as much as she would, if she remained quiet, it was because behind it she wanted something. So for example, she wants to go out shopping the next day and he was in a mood. I'm just giving you a prime example, right? Should quiet off, should be quiet. Or if she wanted to kind of put him in a bad situation, should smooth talk him or try to manipulate him to get to say stuff and stuff like that. So it was just not a healthy, it wasn't a love, something was there, right? Any more? Female involved. False accusations. So this is interesting, isn't it? So the way we could take that, we've also got conspiracy here. And I'm getting with that, I'm getting the word conspire to kill, because I think they're both involved. False accusations, and I've just mixed the deck, and a female. Maybe it's her making false accusations. It could also be false accusations towards her. But I have to believe in what I feel, and I feel she knows what happened to Madalina. I don't believe that they both think she's missing without an inkling of what's happened to that girl. I don't know if she's making false accusations. I actually believe, I think they're both not letting anything out. And I think they're both kind of pointing, you know, so let's just put these away a minute. And I'll give you an example. This is the mom, this is the dad, right? And obviously if they point at each other, it will be like pointing that way, right? Even if they're separated. And I wonder if they're separated right now. She's released out of jail. I wonder if he got to go to jail or not. But I feel like one points in that direction and then one points in this direction, let's say north and south. And it's kind of like, you know, there's nothing connecting. They're not letting out on what's happened. And nothing is connecting. It's like, well, I don't know, and I don't know, and I thought this, and I thought that. That's how I'm feeling this. I feel like I'm waffling on, but I'm also just channeling what I'm feeling. So let's just check it's recording. It is recording. Let's see what we get coming through. Hopefully you caught the Sebastian read. If not, make sure you do if you're interested in that read. I really feel like, I don't know, they're going to have to... The other thing is, if she's out of jail, will they put her name in the airport? Because I'm like, she might just flee. She might just flee. Like, she might just flee from the airport, or even... I'm sure they'd put her on the airport, won't they? Because if they've let her go, there's still an open case. Her name should be in the airport. Anyone in the US, can you let me know how that works? And if not, then I don't know why I'm getting these random stuff, but I wonder if she's going to try and... If she's guilty, she's going to try and escape, okay? Whether it's like in trafficking route, or I don't know how she's going to do that. But right now, if she was frightened of Chris and they're not together, she doesn't have to be, if she's going to say frightened. But I don't, like, if you think your daughter's missing in the US, you would stay, right? If you've sent your daughter to Moldova, I don't know why I'm getting this story as well, you'd leave. But then you didn't have to lie. You didn't have to, why am I saying lying? You didn't have to stay quiet or not disclose it. I've sent my daughter to my mum because school is cheaper, or I want her to learn Moldova culture or language for 2 years. No one can say anything about that. It looks like from the cards that she could have been dumped naked, or something happened there. We didn't get any cards, and I'll probably do those cards again, but we didn't get anything about being sold. I don't think that is the case. I don't think they had financial problems. I wonder if the police, they must have checked the house, but I wonder if they checked it good enough, because I do think something happened there. I believe something happened there that would have given them some DNA or something to say the status of Madalina. And if you believe your daughter's not alive, you'll try to flee the country if kind of like you could get a possibility of being guilty. If you believe your daughter's alive and missing in the US, you're going to stay in the US and you're innocent. If you've sent your daughter over to Moldova but you're not saying, which doesn't make sense to me, you're going to travel. If they don't have her name in the airport and she's not as innocent as she's claiming, and that could just be knowing what exactly happened. I don't know, they just need to be careful, right? Let's see Madalina, what happened to Madalina. Let me just take a breath. Did anyone catch Sebastian's read? I'm thinking to do, I don't know when this will be released, a live when I test the living, but also if anyone hops on, have a discussion about the different cases and Jay Slater case as well. So let me know. It'll be my first trial of live and how it works and all the buttons. So but I've got to do it, haven't I? I've got to try. I've got to see how it gets done to get anywhere. We all start somewhere. Okay. First card, Knight of Wands in reverse. I don't like that card in reverse. Let's continue. King of Cups in reverse, Four of Wands, Eight of Wands, and the Temperance card. I don't think that, okay, so in the home, all right, there was not, and this could have been done as morning is beckoning, okay. Firstly, I think Madalina has a top placement of Sagittarius in her placements. I don't know. I don't think the... Where's the other deck? Just get this deck here. Where's the cards? So I do think it happened at the home, right? What I was saying, I do think it happened at the home. I think there was a lot of movement. I want to get more cards before I say more on that. I don't think there was balanced emotions at the home. I think there was a lot of fiery temper. This energy here, one second, I want to pick up what fell. This energy here can concern me, so I'm going to ask for clarification on something as well, because it's something that I wasn't really... there's just like recklessness, fiery emotions, not grounded emotions at the home, and a lot of probably communication flying about that needed a little bit of tempering and moderation, okay? That's what we see here so far, okay? And this could be from the actual Chris. So it could be from Chris, and he could have been triggered. But it was a very temperamental kind of energy at the home, okay? So this could have been Chris, which... I'm not surprised. I do get that energy from him. Just something. Okay, so I think there's a possibility to stop, because I actually said probably a word that wouldn't have been liked. So I think there's a possibility that Madalina was SA, okay? There was boundaries crossed in terms of SA. And I think it's also because... you know, I said about the mother, right? I don't think she was accessible for that. I'm not saying that that was happening because of that, but I'm saying that is a dynamic that was happening. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, please no. Okay. And I don't think that this was a secret from the mother. I think, again, I think she knew. I just don't know. Like these readings, I cannot fathom. This is why I have difficulty with such energy. How can someone touch someone so young? I mean, I think today I saw on the bulletin that a teacher has got pregnant and she was sleeping with teenage school students of her class. And she's got pregnant. She's actually said it. I don't know. It's disgusting. And we're talking about teens here. This is an 11-year-old. How much extent it went to, I'm not sure. And this is why I got these cards out, because I was thinking, These will confirm if so. Let's continue. So I also get there's a very heavy Aries energy in this. There is something about someone trying to do something and not getting away with it. This could be the mother, okay? This could be in terms of trying to, maybe she was trying to get away. Maybe she was trying to get away, all right? Being a bit self-absorbed and maybe imbalanced in some sort of way, a bit of overindulgence, maybe a bit materialistic, and there's something about trying to get away here or lying to yourself about it. A bit of imposter syndrome here. I'm told to look at the bottom of the deck, Magician. Too many cards. So the Magician's popped out with all the cards again at the top. This to me says that it gives me an indication that I'm not sure Madalina is with us, okay? I'm going to put it back, just put these cards like this, and we're going to continue. I wonder if their age gap might have been like 20 years or something. The thing is, I also think she would have told the Moldovan family, but this is where maybe... and there would have been things on her phone. I think there's things on her phone that kind of indicate maybe things that could have been happening or what she was planning. And it's interesting, I'm brought to this card, which to me shows like, do you know how people try and get on those trains or those ships and stuff and trying to go more like uncovered, so instead of an aeroplane. I just want to clarify this card because there's more to it, or I just want to confirm that I've channeled everything I wanted. Yeah, the communication, the argument, there was alcohol, was not very healthy here at all. What was happening, the argument that happened was not healthy about whatever happened here that evening. Let me just take a moment. Let me get more cards. I don't know why I'm getting that they should have checked the house with dogs. So I don't know what that means. The Magician's out again. Okay, so this is not very good. And then there was a decision that needed to be made. And again here, look at this. We've got kind of water and we've got land, haven't we? Again, I'm being brought to, you know how I said, people try to jump on ships and get out. So I wonder if she was actually trying to get out of this. She'd been thinking about it for quite some time. It was something that she'd been thinking about for quite some time. I won't be surprised if she communicated with someone from back home, and I've got a confirmation here. someone from back home or her family members, whether back home or if she's got family in the US. I'm not sure if she would, but if she does, this person would have been a bit younger than her, maybe. I think there's communication there that occurred. There's definitely been communication with her home, with her family. And I think there's someone, a male, who's maybe a little bit younger than her here. And, you know, I think this was kind of like thoughts of either getting Madalina away or both of them. But I'm not sure if she was, like, it's not I'm not getting if there was SA involved. I'm not getting that it was just this night that it happened. So she's like, I'm done with you, I am out. No, this is not that. So this is something that's taken a bit of time. Told to look at the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Swords. But there was something that was rushed that evening. You know, there was imbalancement of emotions, there was recklessness, there was a lot of fiery communication, and there was a lot of hasty just going forward with stuff, which is a bit interesting. We've got the Ten of Swords in reverse. It's interesting that it's come in reverse, okay? I'm not sure I'm feeling this, what I'm going to say, but with the cards I see, it won't surprise me, like, do you know, in another read, like, I could take some of these cards, join them together, and if someone at the end of set said to me, what do you think of this person? Are they missing? Are they dead? Are they faking their own death? I would probably say there's a faking here, okay? There's a faking of someone not being alive. So I wonder if there's been an inkling of saying she's not alive. I am going to get a clarifier for that Ten of Swords, but there's a devastating loss here. Obviously, there's a devastating loss with losing Madalina. Okay, so these cards, we need to take them lightly, because basically I was asking for a card to confirm if this evening Madalina could have been actually SA'd, and she was, and it's interesting I say that evening, okay? Like I said, I don't think it was that, but we do have like these two cards which can give context to what I'm saying, that she is, and we've got the Devil again. A very manipulative energy here. And I think it's both sides. And you've got this poor girl. Right, let's just, I want to ask one more question, then I'm going to ask a bit more cards, and then we're going to leave it, and then I'll see if we're on the right track, and then maybe I do some channeling further down if I get some messages through. You can probably tell from my throat it's going, there's a block and I have pain in my gut, so I feel sadness in this case. And I won't be surprised if her ultimate passing, I think there's a knife in the house, but I think her ultimate passing might have been to do with strangle or suffocation. I was going to ask a question. There's a lot that wants to come through that's not getting channeled through the cards, so we'll definitely do another reading. Keep getting the Magician. And I'm stuck, I'm getting this knife, you know, I was getting a knife. Again, there's something about the morning and the daytime, okay? This, I think, fell in reverse, the Eight of Cups. I believe someone in her family know, and those two people know. The stepfather and the mother know. So at least 3 people know about this. I think there's someone that she was talking to from her family that were helping her move forward with whatever she wanted to do. A lot of escapism here. Something was done in the day, okay? Something was done, whether it was her being taken in the day or whatever it was. I mean, we got the morning card and we keep seeing the daytime being significant. The mother is involved. There was a fight. Probably at home. Secrets are being kept. Held on too closely. Wouldn't it surprise me if Madalina's mother also knows? 3 of Swords in reverse and the Fool. There was a decision on how to, obviously, what to do in this situation. It would have required inner strength. We've got the Strength card twice. There wasn't the choice to move away in a calmer manner wasn't given, and the turn of events took a downward turn of events. Here we have I don't think Madalina's alive. I don't think she's alive. I think they really need to be careful about her movements. there could be family celebrating that she's returned or something. I'm going to split the deck. 5 of Cups. Let me just make sure we're upright. Okay, 5 of Cups. And the 4 of Wands in reverse. I do think this happened at the home. I think the police have missed some DNA. I got the thing about dogs. What we'll do is stay on this case. If you enjoyed this reading, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Obviously now I can maybe look into one of those thumbnails, see if we get anything. But I just don't know how she could fly out. And I guess there's a bond that I'm getting they, so I think he was also taken in, that they can be brought back, but I think they need to be careful with her movements. We'll do another reading and I'll check in on Madalina, sorry. But you can tell from my throat, it's blocked, and I feel blocked in my gut. And I started the reading not feeling too good about it, because I don't even know if justice will be served, and I feel the police don't have anything, not even, they don't know where to look. They just feel, they don't feel anything connects, apart from maybe they have suspicion. And I think, like I said, a lot of people are going to point fingers to the stepfather, rightly so, but I don't think the mother is innocent in all this. I'm gonna leave it there, everyone. Let's support this read. I think Madalina needs justice. I hope that, I mean, if justice is going to be served, someone's going to fall upon something, aren't they? Even if those two try and keep tight. And if they were both involved and they're both separated at this moment in time, they're not going to speak. But if one's involved and they're separated this time, one might speak. But I think they need to be careful with movements. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, thumbs up. You can donate to the channel via PayPal, super thanks. You can also reach out for all my services, whether it's spiritual coaching, transformation coaching. So something you don't know is I do leadership coaching. I'm also an advanced personal trainer, yoga teacher, meditation teacher. And I also do, obviously, the energy clearing, energy healing, which I'm very strong in. The readings, there's several things. So you can reach out with that. And you can also give a little super thanks. And I look forward to your comments. I'm going to have to see if any of this makes sense. If I'm going to try and process this as soon as possible, I might not get the clips in. But I'll try and at least get a couple of pictures of Madalina. I do see a well-behaved, shy girl, and as I say that, I was getting the energy of horse, which was the energy of horses that I got for Nicola Bulley. I'm just getting reminded of Nicola Bulley because a lot of people were saying about swans with Nicola Bulley, but for me it was very much a horse. But anyway, for Madalina, and I get like the flower, like a daisy, just that gentleness. And maybe the yellow. I'll continue in another read. So our thoughts with this, justice for Madalina. Take care, everyone, and thank you for your support. Bye for now.